Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? It's been a hot minute since the last time I streamed, and I just want to make sure that I didn't forget any of the steps. Uh-oh. Can anybody hear me? Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Destiny Lord. I appreciate that. So welcome to my first stream back in I don't even know how long. I think it's been over a year, to be perfectly honest. Didn't mean for it to turn into that, but yeah, no, it's been a minute. Life's been pretty busy. My wife and I, we had a baby back in the fall, and so that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then otherwise, most of the free time I've had, the very little free time I've had, has been mostly spent on working on the fan game that I'm working on, that I hope I'll be able to show a significant amount of here coming up before too long. But it's not quite ready yet. And so I just wanted to apologize for being gone for so long to the elite 7 of you currently watching. So for those of you who are not aware, way back in the olden year of 2017, I made a prediction that I believed that the next Sonic game that was going to be coming out after Sonic Forces, you know, one of the next mainline title worked on internally at Sega by Sonic Team, whatever that means anymore, was going to be either a Sonic Adventure or a Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remake. As of a few weeks ago, we know that that is not going to be the case. Next game is more likely than not going to be called Sonic Rangers, and is going to be an entirely new title. And so, obviously, I doubled and tripled down on my bet many, many times over the course of the last several years. And the stipulation was, if I was wrong, I was going to have to suffer through the truly iconic, the well-loved and remembered Game Gear classic, Sonic Blast. Not to be confused with Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Genesis and the Sega Saturn. No, this was the handheld and Master System equivalent of Sonic 3D Blast, as in not really 3D at all. Not even pretending to be like those games did. These aren't isometric. These are just straight up 2D platformers with pre-rendered character graphics. Think Donkey Kong Country, but with all of the quality sucked out slowly over the course of time, painfully, unceasingly, leading to nothing but pure misery. At least so I've heard. I've never actually played this game myself. The most that I've experienced of it is what probably most of you have experienced of it on YouTube. And then also what I just had to deal with when I was trying to get my controller and stuff set up to stream this. That's literally all the experience that I have with it. So I'm going in relatively completely unprepared for what this is going to experience, what this experience is going to be. And so hopefully it's not going to be too painful, but I suppose if it is painful, then that's better as far as me paying for my transgressions. Let's see. How's work during the lockdown? It's been okay. I was furloughed for a couple of months back when all of it first started back in March. But after that, I was kind of back to work. My company stayed pretty active over the course of the last year, so you know, worked out pretty well considering we had a kid on the way most of last year, and so I was very, very grateful that we had a way of keeping everything together, especially because we had just bought a new place, and so if that hadn't happened, it would have been a perfect storm, and I understand how blessed and fortunate we were during that time to be covered in that way. Let's see. I can't wait to see this. I know you can't, Spikes, Rogue Inferno. I hope that you enjoy it far more than me. Otherwise, I guess I'm not doing this right. Wouldn't have minded an adventure remake, but part of me is so glad that we are getting something new. Like, I've been dreaming of something new for Sonic-wise for ages. I can totally understand that, Destiny Lord. In a way that I agree. My mentality has always been that if it made business sense for the next game to be Sonic Adventure remakes, because it had been over 20 years since the game had come out. The kids who had grown up with it are now adults with more or less, money to spare on something like that. It was just the perfect time. The iron was hot, in order to just allow people to relive that nostalgia, and also to take a game that was very limited by the hardware it was on and by the era in which it was created, to enhance it. Obviously, with Sega and Sonic, you never really know what you're going to get, so that could have been a good thing or it could have been a bad thing. We genuinely don't know. But I think that having something new, I was never opposed to that. But I was really hoping, just as an adventure fan, that maybe we might see a resurgence of the adventure formula after Forces choked the life out of the boost formula. It looks like Rangers is likely going to be at least partially a boost game, if the leaks are to be believed. But we really don't have any way of knowing that. The leaks were incredibly vague about what that was going to be. All we know is that it's going to be a semi-open world, at least a semi-open world, if not a fully open world, with linear stages that you can enter from various points in that world. Whether or not that's going to be boost formula or something closer to adventure formula, we really don't know. I'm not opposed to the idea personally, but I've never been one of those people that have been really, really down for an open world Sonic game. I think that in general, Sonic is the type of gameplay that benefits from very, very focused design. I don't want this to be a Sega hire this man situation of just a wide open field with nothing to do in it. I'm really hoping that that's not the case. But I guess we're going to have to see. I'm not opposed to it conceptually, but I really need to see gameplay footage, which is why that gameplay or that teaser trailer really, really irked me. They showed us nothing and expect us to be cool with that. And a lot of people are, and I'm not going to fault them for that. But I just think that after losing so many people's trust, mine included, with Sonic Forces and their ability to deliver a quality game, I feel like they need to course correct in order to really bring people back on board. Obviously, it's going to sell well no matter what, because it's Sonic and it's going to be on every console known to man, assumedly. But, ugliest Sonic game to ever exist. From what I've seen, I can agree with that. I think that it was far too ambitious for a Game Gear and Master System game. That said, I think it's impressive that they were able to get pre-rendered games on what are essentially 8-bit consoles, especially the Master System, which predated the Genesis. This was mid-80s. That somehow they managed in 1996 to get something that you can tell was a 3D model that had been pre-rendered. Technically, I think it's impressive that they were able to pull that off, but obviously that it just doesn't work. Visually, it looks disgusting, and it seems like there's no gameplay basis to be backed up on. So yeah, dollar bargain bin DKC. Yep, that sounds about right. Houses expensive in the West? Yes, they are. We're in a condo, but still spendy. But we're in a situation where we're making do. Same open world Sonic could work, but I've always sided on enclosed but still open and dense stages. I'm the exact same way. I think that's the best way to go. But again, I'm leaving myself room to be surprised. You never know. Now, last year I bought and played Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time. My feelings on the two are, well, complicated. I can understand that. For people who haven't grown up on it, going back to platformers of that era, You know, the Dreamcast was the weakest of that generation of consoles, just due to the fact that it was the earliest to come out. You know, it came out in 1998 versus these consoles that came out that were far more powerful a couple of years later, and then obviously it was going to be left behind. For me personally, as much as I love Sonic Adventure and what that tried to do, I think it's a pretty clunky game, all things considered. So it's one of those situations where I love the ideas. I think the execution really hasn't held up over the course of time. Obviously, with things like the cutscenes and stuff like that, it's especially noticeable. But the gameplay wise, you know, it's held together with bubblegum and tape in some places, just with the way that they used automation to get through things like loops and stuff, collision issues. Obviously, those were extenuated by future ports, but even the Dreamcast original had some issues. But Adventure 2, I think, holds up a lot better today than Adventure 1, just as far as new people to it. For one thing, it's got a lot more spectacle to it, which I think a lot of people are drawn into for first times. But overall, I think there's just a lot more polish. I think that there's a lot less wrong with the game technically. A lot of that has to do with the fact that it was a lot less ambitious than Adventure 1. But in being less ambitious, it actually accomplishes what it's trying to accomplish a lot more than Adventure, which shot for the stars and, you know, kind of crashed on the moon on the way, if that makes any sense. I love your content. Thank you so much, South Island Hero. I really appreciate it. Hey, Super Mario T. It's good to see ya. Yep, Beta Window Valley is definitely, I mean, oh man, that really shouldn't have been lost time. I agree with that 100%. Beta Window Valley is so cool. I feel like at the time they must have realized after making that level that was just way too open and intensive to create an entire game around that. So they probably scaled back their mindset about what they did, just so that way they could make sure that they could hit deadlines and stuff. Because Beta Window Valley is such a great level. But at the same time, I can kind of see little hints here and there of gameplay and design concepts that I understand why they chose not to do them. In having such a big open space, it's easy to skip portions of the level just with well-timed spin dash jumps, things like that, which are fun for players, but from a design perspective, I can understand why they wanted to do something a little bit more structured. All right, I think I've been putting this off for too long. I think it's time now for me to accept my fate and dig in to this thing. So help me. Let's get this thing going. Oh geez. All right, let me get this up and running. If it works. Uh-oh. 1 second. If it decides it wants to play. Uh-oh. What's going on? There we go. Can everyone see that okay? I'll wait until I get confirmation. Oh. What have I done? Okay, there it is. I'm seeing it. All right. Hit me with it. Sonic or Knuckles? I'm gonna go with the tried and true. That's interesting looking. That reminds me of like that title screen looked like an I don't know, a dollar store knockoff of a Sonic dollar screen or Sonic intro screen. Sonic is incredibly sluggish, but I can't tell how much of that is the actual physics of it and how much of it is just the really, really poorly executed animations. Oh, this doesn't feel good. It's not. Honestly, it could be worse. I was hang on. Can I? Just out of curiosity, I want to see how they handle these loops because they don't look. Oh yeah, those are super automated. It's like up till that point where I'm stopping, I'm just like totally stopped. I can't move. So if I do this, if I get past that threshold, it automatically runs me through the rest of it. If I can actually get it. Everything's so sluggish. Oh yeah, that whole last part was automated after I got past that threshold. You can definitely feel the limitations of the color palette here. Like Sonic's muzzle and belly and arms just looks so sickly. To me, it almost looks green. Yeah, I don't know if by choosing to do the pre-rendered stuff, they limited the options that they could use for, like, you know, tan and skin tones. But I really wish they could have done something a little bit more saturated. Nope, this is not 3D Blast, Jake Helos. This is Sonic Blast for the Game Gear. I believe they remade it around the same time. I think that they're technically... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to find that this was supposed to be like the Game Gear and Master System port of 3D Blast, but obviously neither of those consoles were capable of this. Between this and Sonic Labyrinth, I think that you have basically the two separate attempts at recreating the idea of Sonic 3D Blast for the Game Gear. And neither of them are anywhere near as good as 3D Blast. And I'm not extolling the virtues of 3D Blast. It is not a great game, but I personally have found a lot of enjoyment in that game over the course of the years and years of playing it. I actually grew up with the PC port of Sonic 3D Blast originally, which is weird because, like, it's technically a port of the Saturn port, but for some reason they decided to take out the really cool special stages from the Saturn port and do like this weird amalgamation of the Genesis and the Saturn versions, where you have the pre-rendered Sonic with his weird waddle run, but you're in a half pipe. It's like they took kind of the worst elements of the Genesis version of the special stage and added it to a very bare bones half pipe stage, and you get probably what is in my opinion the worst special stage of that game. Can I get up there, or is that like a Knuckles area? I mean, it is 3D and it's Sonic Blast, so 3D Blast. If you, I think that calling this 3D is generous. It's very generous, Spikes. First timer, yo, this is my favorite Sonic game. Cool. I can't tell if you're joking or not, but if you're not joking, then you do you, man. Or lady, sorry, didn't want to assume. My bad. Oh, that's automated too. This uses the same type of thing as the loops, it feels like. Except for I can't even get up that. I imagine the open world part of the Sonic game in 2022 will play like Adventure. I hope so. Because the boost formula's turning is really bad. We're gonna need full camera control, and we're gonna need adventure levels of low speed maneuverability, because if they just stick to, like, even if they stuck to Generations controls, I still don't think that would be satisfying enough. And if they stick with forces, then we are in trouble. We'll have to see. This is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's sticky, it's sluggish, and slippery at the same time, and I really don't know how they managed to get all of those different adjectives to describe the exact same experience. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, geez. Now that I'm seeing this, I'm wondering if maybe the PC version of Sonic 3D Blast was actually intended to be closer to something like this, because this feels very similar to that. Oh, geez. Okay, so that's a bad. I don't want that. Oh, the depth perception in this area is bonkers. Whoa, okay. Can't imagine open world working with anything except the Sonic Adventure gameplay. There's no way the boost engine from Colors Unleashed in Generations. Sorry, I'm not even looking at the screen. Or let alone Forces would work in the open world. Yeah, I agree. They are just not up to the task. They are not built for anything more open than what we saw in the boost games. Actually, I've noticed that I should probably pay attention to the game, but like I don't think there's anything in this area that can kill me, so I'm just gonna look at the chat. Actually, I've noticed that Colors Wii is a pretty solid low-speed steering, playing it recently because of obvious reasons. I actually recently played it as well, and I will agree that they are more, they do have a higher quality to them than other ones do, the other Boost Formula games, but I still don't think that those would be up to the task. Especially, I really hope they give us back manual camera control. The Boost games were able to get away... Whoa, water. Alright. The Boost games were able to get away with it just because they were, you know... Sonic is more or less always either facing forward or facing, you know, from a 2D perspective. But if you want the paths not always to be directly forward... And, you know, I'm not saying that they were linear by any means, especially Generations. It had a lot of really good... divergent paths, but all of those paths, you know, always had you facing in the direction they wanted you to go. But in an open world, there's not always going to be a path directly before you, and so if they're not giving you direct control, that's going to be a problem. If it's all scripted camera controls versus manual, that'll be an issue. Oh boy. Okay, I don't... Am I supposed to bounce off of that? Ugh. Keep overshooting that. What am I supposed to do? Oh, wait. I have a double jump, don't I? Oh, there was a... Ugh. I'm an idiot. Okay. I forgot that I had a double jump for a minute, too. It's funny. I was playing Smash Ultimate with some friends a while ago. And I'm weird. I actually prefer playing with a single Joy-Con. I can't explain to you why, but for some reason, I totally forgot that there were 4 buttons on the Joy-Con, and I was jumping with the up on the D-pad, or up on the directional stick. And I couldn't figure out why I was having such an issue with it. I hadn't played it for quite a while. I'm like, there's no way that I got this bad over the course of, like, you know, a year or however long it had been since I had last played Ultimate. And then I look down, I'm like, oh geez, there's 2 other buttons I can use, and that's how I usually jump. I don't even know why I didn't even bother looking down at the Joy-Con. I felt like such a moron. I was such a moron. Am I doing this right? Okay, am I just... Okay, there we go. There was a sound from hitting him from the bottom, so I assumed that maybe that was damage, but... Are you even trying to hit me? No. Oh, there you go. Oh boy, that was certainly an attempt at a boss fight. I feel like a lot of the issues just with visually what I'm looking at would have been improved if they had chosen better animations for the different run cycles. But they use this weird jogging animation for Sonic's low speed. Then you've got like the Naruto run for his high speed, which I don't hate. You know, I know a lot of old school fans really like the kind of tucked in look, which I totally understand, but I've always, you know, as someone who grew up when adventure was prominent, I always dug the behind the back run. Oh, I haven't even tried spinning. Huh. Well, I mean, there's something approximating rolling. Okay, so that, like, there's a little bit of hill-based momentum there, but it, not great. Honestly, I feel like this is kind of as far as Sonic's controls and physics go, this is kind of on par with what I would expect, you know, with kind of like Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, but not, oof. But only as far as, like, I feel like the physics in Sonic 1 and 2 on the Game Gear were just a little bit more unrefined, but it also had the issue with a lot of lag. This one does not have necessarily nearly as much lag. It's just purely the unrefinement, which is probably why I'm putting them on par. But Sonic 1 and 2 on Game Gear are probably better than this still. Man, so pretty much all 90-degree angles and loops and stuff are automated once you get to a certain point. And as long as you're going over a certain speed threshold, it looks like it'll keep you going. But your speed beyond that threshold doesn't seem to affect whether or not you can successfully get through those areas. Okay, oof. Wrong one. This game looks terribly boring. It is. It's not challenging. I haven't died yet. It's just kind of bleh. You know, I recently played through Sonic Lost World, the Wii U, well, it was on Steam, but the Wii U version. And I found that really, really kind of bland throughout, but at least that one had a little bit of challenge to it. This one is just blandness without the challenge, at least so far. Maybe it's too early for me to be saying that. These special stages are just wonky. And I'm pretty sure I saw an emerald on one of those stage complete signs, so do you not get emeralds from the special stages? What am I doing these for? Did they just have these to have these? Sonic 3D Blast to me is still great, especially after the release of the semi-official, not official director's cut. I agree. I really wish that somehow there was a possibility of getting the director's cut edits to the Saturn version, because then you get all those graphical upgrades plus the super awesome special stages, and then you would have by far the definitive version of that game. I just don't get how Sega could screw up the formula so much. Are you referring to Forces? If so, I agree. They stripped that boost gameplay down to far less than its bare essentials. Oh, this level is where I normally give up on due to those pipes. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's at least there's not a lot of convolution to this level design. It's very, very straightforward, which is either a good or a bad thing. In a good Sonic game, that would be a bad thing, but in a very, very mediocre game, simplicity is probably to its benefit. Because if it was any more technical than that, it would probably just add far, far worse. Am I playing through the same level? Is this the same level as I was just in, and it just started me at the beginning once I got the ring, or is that actually Act 2? I'm only like 40% paying attention to what I'm doing. Do you think Sonic Team having 100 to 150 people is something to worry about? That doesn't sound like a ton, especially for an open world game. There's no way for me to answer that with any level of certainty. 100 to 150 people seems like a moderate sized team. Small for a AAA franchise game, but I don't even think that we could call Sonic AAA at this point. I think it's doable. Because, you know, with a lot of those open world games, you're getting a lot of simulated things, you're getting a lot of interactions with NPCs and stuff, and something tells me that we shouldn't expect that from Sonic Rangers. I think that pretty much, you know, we'll get a few NPCs here and there, and enemies and puzzles, but I think that it's going to be a little bit more bare bones than what you would expect. We're not going to get the super advanced weather systems of Breath of the Wild, or, you know, just the cool, intricate systems within systems that game has, or any other, you know, AAA open world game like your Assassin's Creeds or Grand Theft Autos. It's going to be very stripped down compared to those kinds of games. I'm almost certain of. So, ooh, oh, geez, okay. Hey, first death of the game. So, I think 150 is going to be... There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to make a good Sonic game with a team of that amount. Oh, boy. Well, here's the challenge, I guess. But I think it's just because I guess I should actually pay attention. But let me finish through who we got here first. Thanks for coming by, Jay Kilos. Have a good one. I wonder, what's your opinion on the 2D games take on the boost formula? I really enjoyed Rush when I played it, but it has zero replayability for me. I haven't played enough Rush Adventure to say for sure of that one, and I can't say that of Colors DS either. But, you know, if they're more the same, I can probably safely assume that they're probably not going to grab me once I complete them. I never go back to Rush. I had a great time with it that first time, but I just never go back to it because there's not a lot of substance there. There's just a lot of fun, but not anything that I want to go back and get better at. Did that special stage series? I don't know if it took me back to the beginning or not. I feel like these levels are so samey, I couldn't even tell you. Still love for RGG Studio to tackle a Sonic game. I don't know who they are. What have they developed? If the rumored Rangers and a sandbox environment would cater to RGG Studios' strength versus Sonic team. Okay. Oh, Yakuza. Okay. If it's the Yakuza team, I would be very curious to see how they would do. They are by far Sega's strongest development team, if you're not counting someone like Atlas. I will say I noticed the CGI for the teaser looks so much better than the initial Project 2017. Yeah. I don't think Marza worked on the Forces teaser trailer. And I think that they were very missed during that whole process. And so I think that Sega learned from that and decided to bring Marza back on board. I don't know that for sure. I don't know if Marza didn't work on the Forces trailers and stuff, but they definitely worked on the Rangers teaser. And you can see it, and it's a gorgeous teaser. I love it. Just as far as visuals go, it's after 4 years of, you know, radio silence, after the failure that is Forces, they should not be expecting fans' trust after that. They need to prove that they've got what it takes. And the fact that there's been playtests as early as early 2020, with people being able to play it in a playable state, I don't think that there's any reason that we shouldn't have seen any gameplay at all. I want Atlas to make a Sega RPG, like a new fantasy... Oh man, an Atlas-built Phantasy Star, like a traditional Phantasy Star, I am 100% down for. Sign me up for that. I don't think Sonic Rangers being an open world would be a good idea. I totally understand the trepidation there. I don't necessarily think that it is an immediate deal breaker, but I think that it's a really ambitious structure that I'm not sure what is happening. Jeez. It's too ambitious for the Sonic team that we've seen as recently as Lost World and Forces. Is it impossible? No, but I need to see gameplay. Hey, Premi, how you doing? As Twit put it, Misty CG. Yep. Because open world games tend to be bland sometimes. Yeah, and that's what the leaks that we've heard have said. But I'm also willing to give it that those were early opinions, and that hopefully they'll figure something out about that. Because I think with playtesting, they're probably testing for specific things, so we don't really know what those playtesters were playtesting, if you understand it. Was it just, oh, I didn't think that this boss was so early. I thought that this boss came way later in the game. The Sun Wukong reference. I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, for some reason I thought that this was like the last boss in the game, but maybe I don't know. Poke it with a stick. That was sure something. Oh boy. An open world Sonic game has amazing potential, but whether or not Sega can meet it is another thing. That's exactly it. I mean, and until we actually see the gameplay, until we can confirm with our own eyes whether or not they're doing this competently, we're just totally in the dark. I mean, I think Takashi Iizuka said in a recent interview, we just wanted to let people know we were working on the game, which they'd already done in 2019, which made the entire CG thing redundant. But it did give us the Rangers leaks, which is a benefit. I definitely think that it's good that we were able to find the leaks because we knew what the name of it was. So, in a way, Sega gave us a lot of information. They just didn't want us to have it. And now we just are waiting for gameplay footage. I'll say the teaser reminded me of both Sonic 06 and SatAM. Yeah, I mean, like, I totally see the SatAM, why you would think that, just with the forest setting and the forest being so prominently featured back in SatAM. Yeah. It took 4 years to make a linear boost game like Forces, and they couldn't even do that properly. Now they want to do Breath of the Wild 5 in 5. Doesn't instill faith. I 100% agree. Like, there's no reason for us to be able to trust Sega, which is why we need gameplay footage. I'm not willing to be pessimistic just because I don't have a rational reason for why I'm not pessimistic. But they really do need to just show us gameplay. They can't just... They're not one of those... Sonic is not a franchise that can rely on hype anymore, because you either get super high highs or super low lows. There's very little in between. They need to prove their competence. Oh boy. Whoa. What the heck? Okay then. Yeah, these levels do end quickly. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the chat again. Oh man. I was gliding through those first couple of levels, and so now I was thinking, what the heck is this gimmick? I hated that. I can't even... Huh. Whoa. Okay. Screw it, I'm just gonna damage boost through it. None of that. It's like the poor man's marble garden tops, but you can't go up on them. Am I going the right way? Apparently not. I've been playing Super Metroid lately, and so I felt like I had to spin dash that wall just in case there was something secret there, but this is Sonic 3, or this is just Sonic Blast, so I was expecting too much. Oh boy. So this is a really bad lava reef zone, basically. So will this new game be a platformer? Sonic is a speed-based platformer at its core. I think it will be. I don't know how much platforming is going to be involved in the actual overworlds, but it sounds like there's going to be traditional levels. Oh, crap. There's going to be traditional levels in the game still, so I think that there's still going to be platforming in there. How good that platforming is going to be is the real question. Open one. Okay. Oops. Okay, so if I... Okay, good. It resets. Do you think we'll see any form of Rangers by the end of this year? it depends on when they plan on releasing the game. If it's going to be in early 2022, we might see it this year. But if they're planning on a holiday 2022 release, I don't think we're going to see anything until maybe March at the earliest next year, if not later. Thoughts on Colors Ultimate? I'm one of the people that don't think that the visual upgrades are particularly great. And even then, I have to say that with a caveat, because there's individual stuff that they've added, like normal mapping to some of the environments and stuff that looks really good. They upped the poly count of some of the background elements, which also look really good. But ultimately, what it boils down to is the lighting that they've chosen. The lighting on Sonic himself looks totally broken. And then just the overabundance of bloom really detracts for me. As long as the core game is still there, then I can deal with it once we get mods in to fix the lighting. But as it is, I feel like it definitely could have been done better. I understand that they had to... Well, I don't understand. What is being said, at least on Twitter, is that this is being rebuilt in a different lighting engine. And trying to replicate the lighting is an issue. But I have not seen that officially corroborated, so I don't know if that's accurate or not. I've heard something about Godot might be the engine that they're doing this in. I don't know if that's true or not. Either way, I feel like it looks kind of bad. Besides the little improvements they made here and there. But overall, I think that they've broken more than they've improved, visually speaking. But again, like, as long as the core game is there, and as long as there's decent mod support, I think that Ultimate will probably end up being the definitive version of the game. Just give it some time. I just feel bad for anybody who wants to own it on console, because whatever they give you is what you're going to end up being stuck with, unfortunately, which is a bummer. Gotta love how the ring counter sometimes is obscured by the environment. Oh man, I mean, it's the NES issue all over again with the sprite flicker and stuff. If it's in Godot, that's awesome. I love Godot as a developer, and if it's catching on the mainstream, then I'm happy. Yeah, I can't confirm that. I just saw some random tweet talking about it. Just that some of the, I think it's either underwater caustic effects or just the water effects on the top of it. Whoa, what am I? Oh, geez, I hate that. It was some sort of water effect that someone thought looked very much like a Godot effect. So Godot, however it's pronounced. I don't know. I'm very unfamiliar with that. The only engine that I've ever done anything substantial in is Unity, and substantial is a very, substantial is a very, very loose term. I'm not very good at it, I have to admit. The Gabe gear. Yeah, oh, the Steam handheld, yeah. I need to do some more. I need to look more into that. I saw that it was announced. I've done zero research on it. It seems cool. I love being able, the idea of being able to play some of those Steam games on the go is great. And I'm surprised that Steam is the only developer that is taking what, you know, the lightning in a bottle that Nintendo found and running with it. Have I reserved one? No. Yeah, I've done no research, so I haven't looked into it yet. Depending on how much it costs, I might be tempted, but not right now. Right now, there's too much going on, and I've been playing games too infrequently to validate it. The Sonic-related thing that I'm most hyped for, which is its own thing, is the Spark TE, the Electric Jester 3. Yeah, no, I finally played that demo recently, and it was great. Lake Feppard is such a force of nature as far as development goes. He's a one-man army. He's doing great. That demo was fantastic, and the fact that just the demo I got so much time out of is really, really cool. Like, it's legit. I love it. I'm impressed with how... I am impressed. One developer. Yeah, no, 100% Techno. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the... I'm not gonna look at the chat for a second, because I need to focus. Okay. Alright. This is obnoxious. Okay. At least... Oh boy. I might be in trouble. Oh, I just noticed that I don't lose all of my rings when I get hit. I guess that shows how little I've been actually paying attention. Okay. I think I got his pattern. Maybe not. Okay. So he goes to the last place that you were before he gets on the screen, but I didn't quite get the timing down. Alright, I'm gonna very quickly make my way back through this level. And I'll look at everything afterwards. So far this game is this game is not causing me pain. It is just so bland and monotonous that I feel nothing. And maybe that's how they get you. Like, I feel like my life essence is being stolen from me, but it's happening so slowly, and I'm so numb to it, that I'm kind of just like, just take my energy. Take my energy, Goku. But you're not saving the world with this energy. You're putting out more bad Sonic games. Goku is a game developer. Now that's something. You'd be terrible at it. Goku as a game developer would just be, let's make Devil May Cry, except for let's take out all the combos and let's just, like, one button does all the punching and they die in one hit. There's like, maybe not, no, so there are, okay, so there would be combos in a Goku-led game development, but there's no strategy to it. There's just pure button mashing. Vegeta would be the producer, and they'd be constantly at odds. Oh! I got a game over. Oh, boy. I only have one. Oh, no! Okay, I gotta be serious. Oh, that's bad. I have limited continues. So that's what the special stages are for. I just had an awakening. Alright. Why is it a sickly purplish pink? That's a great question. Okay. Well, I can definitely tell you that this boss is making me feel something. It is making me feel very stressed out. I'm having a really hard time with the timing of when he pops back up on screen. I may literally have to count out loud. Alright. Oh. Alright. 1,000. 1,002. So, about 2 full seconds. It's not helping me much. My brain... Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I hate this. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay. Maybe if I... Okay. I just need to change my way of thinking. Oh. So I stopped... Okay. I stopped imagining that I'm on a single platform. I started imagining... Because for all intents and purposes, I'm still on the ground as far as the mechanics go. there's just only one indicator of where I'm landing, but nothing else is changing. The only thing I need to focus on is the fact that he has his wrecking ball directly above him. So I need to hit him directly forward on his cockpit. That hitbox is so small though. Let's go. What? I got those rings. I went directly through them and nothing happened. Okay. Okay. Please don't tell me it's gonna start me all the way over at the beginning if I get a game over. Hopefully these are just continues in the Sonic 3 and Knuckles sense, in which there's really no utility for them besides starting you back at the beginning of the stage, back at the beginning of the entire zone instead of the act when I die. Alright. Oh, I knew he was coming up there too. Alright. Okay. Alright. So if he's... Okay. Now he's gonna come over here. Now he's gonna come over here. Did I hit him? I couldn't tell if I hit him. Okay. 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 Alright, I'm piecing it together slowly. So if he's left of center, he'll be... I mean, like, he'll always be facing the center of the screen regardless of where he bounces up, which is great. Oh. There's about maybe a... I didn't count it. There's like a 1.5 seconds delay before he uses his wrecking ball on me. How many times have I done this? Oh, hey. How many times have I done this level and I just totally got lost there? I've been such in autopilot mode for this whole thing. It's really coming back to bite me now. I guess you regret saying this game isn't difficult. Yeah, but it's not difficult in a gameplay sense. It's difficult in a janky sense, and it's also difficult because I've not been paying enough attention to how the game operates that I can use that as my baseline for what to do. I was in autopilot for like the first half of the game, and now that I actually need to know how the game plays, I don't know enough because I haven't been paying attention to it. Okay. I also love the fact that I have not said a single thing about the music. Because it's not good. I think there's a lot to complain about in this game, but I think that the music might actually be the worst travesty so far. Alright, so he comes over there. Okay. Okay. So two jumps. One. Okay. Oh! Does he only come up in one of 2 locations? He does! Okay. So he doesn't come up in my last known location. Okay. Okay. Hey, okay. So this isn't hard. I was just being dumb. Story of my life. I've had an epiphany. The game isn't hard. I'm just bad. Okay. Freaking... Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay. It's done. I played Donkey Kong Country games instead because they're Gucci. Yeah, no, they're great. Great games. Don't celebrate that victory. That was not a victory. That was a failure that will linger for the rest of my life. Oh, that should not have been hard. Oh. That was a face. At first I was underthinking that boss, and then I was immensely overthinking that boss, and I gave this game way too much credit that there was strategy involved. There wasn't strategy, I just needed to learn basic freaking pattern recognition. Okay, what do I do? Oh. Okay, so do I just avoid that one? Okay, hey, look at that. That ring collision, man. That's so bad. Does Sonic just have like a single little tiny hitbox that's like 4 pixels wide, and then anywhere else on his body it just does not register as a hit? Okay, so I'm trying to avoid the pipes just because I don't know if they're helping me or not. I've been here before. Okay. Can't go up there. I can't Tails cheese this level. Oh, it looks very slow. Yeah, no, oh boy. Oh boy. That face is, okay, so that pipe over there takes me back to where I've been before. Where does this one take me? Okay, it takes me to where I got on my own volition. Okay, so are they just shortcuts? Also, do you not drown in this game, or have I just been getting enough air? Okay, oh. Okay, so this is the start of the level. Okay, great. I'm nailing it. I'm feeling so good about myself right now. I'm feeling so good about my life decisions. Let this be a lesson to all of you. Never assume anything. Never assume that Sonic Team is going to do the logical thing. Never assume that, oh, it's been 20 years. They love nostalgia. They'll make a Sonic Adventure remake. Don't assume that. Don't do it. Because they will never do the logical thing. Okay. Haven't used that one yet. Okay, wait. Okay, so I'm back to where I was before? Yes, okay. So, I'm going to use that pipe to go back. I do drown in the game? Okay. I must have a really, really long drown counter because I have not once felt in danger of drowning. I actually like the melody of this one, but there's not enough instrumentation to actually make it good. Okay, so I'm gonna take... Oh, right. Double jump. I'm feeling so phased out of this game. Oh, there's the drown counter. I'm feeling so phased out of this game that I keep forgetting that there's a double jump. What am I missing? Okay, one of these pipes are the right pipe, and I'm not using it. I'm not using the right pipe. Alright. There's one pipe you haven't entered yet. Okay. It's not that one. That's the one that... Okay, so I can't go that way. This one takes me back the way I came, I think. Okay. Okay, so that one... Whoa, okay. Is that new? No, that's not new. Okay, so I'm going to take that one. I'm not going to... No! I don't have a choice in that one, I guess. Alright, there's a... No, 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 no! Okay. Oops. I'm not above asking for help. Chat, I am asking for help. Where do I go? can't understand this ring collision. It's so bad. Okay, so there's a ring path up there. I'm just all right. I need a break. I need to look at the chat for a minute. This level was made by trolls. I can feel it. The reason why is oh, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Yeah, I didn't get very far in that game. The parrying mechanic was very difficult. It's not a bad game. I was just really bad at it. The final boss song be a little more okay. Santiago 2D Blast. Oh, well, this isn't Santiago 2D Blast though. Santiago didn't come on the scene until long after Classic disappeared. By this point, we still knew where Classic was. Classic was still alive and well. What is this zone's name? I don't know. I didn't pay attention. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one. I think I've already gone down this one. Okay, so I've been do these? Okay, so everything respawns. That's great too. Excellent. But do the rings respawn? I don't think they do. I'm just glad the spin dash worked. Alright, so I've taken that one. I'm going to take it again. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Alright. Wait. Wait, is that new? No. Okay, I know what to do. I think. Okay, so that one. Run, 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 run. Oh, okay. So it forces me to go through that one. I can't get out of that current. I can't get up that current. So there's a third one. Takes me this way. Alright. Great. Did I just clip into the ground there? Alright. So I don't want that one. I feel like I'm on the right track, but I'm still getting sucked into the pipe I don't want to be in. It gives me a tease that maybe I'll be able to go where I want to go, and then it doesn't let me get there. Okay, right, so, wait, what? What? No! Okay. Alright, so this is the one I want to go through. Oh! Oh! Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay. What the? No. Why is there, like, there's not a single visual indication of where the currents are? No. And if I don't jump as soon as I get out of that pipe, then I get stuck in the next current. Like, they should add like a water ripple effect or something to indicate where the right way to go is. I guess there are bubbles in some of the spots. Wait, am I oh. Okay, well, I'm dead. I can't get to the surface in time. Is this the one that takes me to the surface? If I can even get... Of course, when I need it, that's when the collision actually functions. Oh! I got out! Wait, oh, I'm running out of time. There's a timer on the levels. There's no... I didn't think there was a time... I didn't think there was a time limit because there's no timer anywhere on the screen. Yay! Excitement. Okay. Alright, so trial and error is... I've... This is... Is this suffering? Is this pain? It's all of it. It's everything. I understand now. No, oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Technically speaking, I did not say I had to complete these games. I didn't do that to myself. But I feel like I have to. At least these first ones are super... At least they're all super short. The only reason I've taken as long as I have is because I've been stopping to talk, but... Look at all the fun we're having. I know, right? Oh. Aren't you all glad that this is what you're choosing to do with your evening? Watching me play one of the most mundane and boring Sonic games ever? There's a lot of people that like Sonic 06, and I'm not going to hold that against them. But it's a broken game. There's a lot of it that is broken. But at least there's something in it that is entertaining and sparks joy. There's nothing in this game that sparks joy. I'm not entertained. I'm either bored by it or I'm upset by it. There's no in between. I don't know why I was trying to bother with that. I didn't need that. It's amazing how much faster this goes when I'm actually looking at the screen. Doesn't make it any better. Okay. I appreciate that, Destiny Lord. I appreciate that you're having fun. I guess in a roundabout way I am having fun. I'm having fun doing this and having other people witness my suffering. There's something strangely fun in that. Nothing has to do with the game. It's all secondary. It's all secondhand fun. I'm just glad the propeller doesn't hurt me. I'm stuck. Okay. I thought this was going to be a breeze. I genuinely thought that I was just going to be able to, like, oh, this is going to be a brisk 30 minutes, and then I can move on to, like, Sonic Labyrinth and fulfill the other half of my bargain. How wrong I was. Sonic 4 Episode 2. It's not broken, but out of all the Sonic games I've played, it's under Sonic 2 in my ranking. Nice. This may be the worst Sonic game you've ever seen, Vulture Culture. I think I expected that going into this, but I don't think that I expected to actually have strong feelings about it. I expected to go in and be like, this is a nothing game. I'm never going to think about it again. But that pipe stage has made me feel. And the feelings are not fun. I don't like those feelings. I'm not even going to bother with the special stages. I'm assuming they must give me continues. I don't care. The only reason that I ran out of continues is because of that stupid boss in the fake lava reef zone. And I figured out why I was screwing up on that one, so I should be fine. Okay, let's get this over with. Yep. Now that I've been playing it for a while, I at least understand the physics and the inputs well enough that I can kind of predict what Sonic will do when I press any given button. But Okay, I started over. Jeez Louise. Okay. If by some terrible, painful scenario, I end up game overing again, I'm not going to subject myself and you guys to the rest of the game. I am going to move on probably to Sonic Labyrinth, honestly. Because I think that it was Mr. Pasquale that I promised that I would play that game as well if I failed. I don't remember who... Was it Mr. Pasquale? I don't remember. If it wasn't, I apologize. I don't understand this gimmick. Is it implied that he's supposed to be going in one hole and out the other? Because his sprite isn't disappearing. Like, is he supposed to be going into these craters and then, like, inside a building and then out of it? Or inside the structure and out of it? Because that's not what he's doing at all. He's just bouncing from hole to hole. Not following the logic on that one. Yes. South Island Hero, I think so. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I honestly think Sonic Labyrinth gets too much hate. I tried getting into it many times as a kid when I was playing Sonic Adventure DX. And that was one of the bonus games available on it. But could never... Honestly, I don't even think that I ever got past maybe the first or second stages. And it's not like it was hard or anything. It was just not fun, and I wasn't gonna continue to play something that wasn't super fun. I did appreciate how Adventure DX included all of those Game Gear games and gave me the opportunity to play like Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble. Those are genuinely good games that are just held back by the limitations of the hardware. That's why I'm so excited that that fan game is being made. That Triple Trouble 16-bit version. That looks great. Can't wait for that one to be finished. There it is. Bane of my existence. How long has it been since I had to start over? I don't think it's even been 10 minutes yet. I feel like this is a very quick game when I'm actually trying to play it. Debating whether or not I actually need that checkpoint. I don't think I do. Yeah, no, Jaquilo's saying, you're breezing through the game. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what focus actually does. And, like, there's nothing here. There's just nothing. The levels have no substance to them. Except for that stupid pipe level. That actually has something to it, but nothing good. This may actually be the worst game I've ever forced myself to play substantially. Like, I've played bad games before, but I don't think that I've continued to play them this long after I realized that there was not going to be any enjoyment in them. Wrong way. Guess I should face the right way before I spin dash. Okay. I feel like I didn't have to go that far to respawn it last time. Do I have to literally hurt myself? I guess so. That's obnoxious. been gone for a longish time, and you're already back to this terribly colored zone. That's fast. Yeah, nope, it's... yeah, it's a nothing game until it gets to the bad parts, and the bad parts are the parts that last... Oh, that was dumb. I should have grabbed another ring before I damage boost. I should also probably, like, hit a checkpoint here and there, too. No, I did. Oh, crap. Nope, I made the same mistake! I never learn! Lord, what are you expecting visually from Rangers? I hope it's the best looking Sonic game by far. Gens and Unleashed have looked dated for years now. In my opinion, it has no excuse not to. I think it'll look good. I think that they know that, especially if the gameplay itself is going to end up being lackluster, they know that they need to wow in some way, shape, or form, and I feel like graphically is probably the way that they're going to choose to make it look like it's worth having. And if it's a great game and looks good, all the better. I guess I'm just gonna play the way the game intended because I don't want to fail. Already lost too many lives. Okay, so that's obnoxious too. Like, there's no live indicator, there's no timer, but there are lives and there is a time limit. Is that something that was only in the Master System version, or was there even a was that in the Master System version at all? Okay. They're already ditching the Minecraft trees, which is a good sign. Yeah. Yep, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was realizing, well, I haven't played Lost World 3DS, but I feel like I might actually have a better time with that game than I had with the Wii U version. And it made me realize, thinking about it that way, that if Lost World was a good game, I would care significantly less about the Zeddy being terrible characters and the art style just being kind of a desperate attempt to make modern Sonic some sort of classic, you know, trying to reintegrate classic into modern Sonic. Like, I would have been okay with those things more if the game was actually good. And so I actually do want to check out Lost World 3DS at some point. But I just haven't. Again, I have not been playing that many games that frequently. It's been once in a blue moon thing. I just haven't been using the time I have for games lately. Okay, this is just adding insult to injury at this point of how easy this boss is now that I've actually, like, realized that it's not, you know, a Dark Souls boss. And the fact that, like, I don't think that I died. Did I die in the stages before this at any point before this boss? I can't honestly remember. But either way, my pride just keeps getting kidney punched, I feel like. If you think this is bad, play Sonic Free Riders and stream it. No, I'm not going to play Free Riders. For one thing, I don't own a Kinect, and I have zero intention of buying a Kinect. Alright, back to this. Okay, I think I remember which tube I need to go for now. Oh, it's a life. Did I get that last time? I think I did. Alright. No trial and error this time. Alright, so it was this one, right? Wrong. What's also interesting, is there a spin dash sound? Or nope, no spin, or there's no roll sound at all. There's a spin dash rev sound. It's interesting to see where they chose to cut corners and where they decided to, like, put in effort. Alright. Okay. Right, no, it's not that one. It's the one below the one that I come out of the first time. Okay, so it's not that one. It's this one. And I just jump immediately after I get out of it. Honestly, if Lost World was great, the new Super Mario Bros. Level themes would still bother me. I totally get that. It's not that one. Is it the first one up here? I guess so. Alright. So jump, 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 jump. Okay. Nope. Nope. Ugh. I have to hit those platforms precisely, otherwise it's going to send me back. I need to save the momentum canceling of the second jump. Whoa. I got out of it for a second. Okay, so I can get out of the currents if I'm... no! Whoa. Okay. I'm not even gonna... No! Oh, okay. The game itself literally wants me to suffer. Alright. Huh. Okay. Gingerly. Gently. Where's the other... Okay. Huh? No! Huh. I can recover. No! What is my life? Okay, 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 okay. I get it. Alright, so. Once again. It's not hard. I'm just overthinking a very brain-dead game. I just need to get to that platform over there. I don't need to get to those individual platforms. I just need to get to the cliff on the other side of this little space. Okay. 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 Wait. Oh! Are they... Does the current come in waves? Huh. Huh. Ah! Ah! Let me free. Have I not done exactly what you wanted? Oh no. Please don't tell me that there's going to be pipes that are going to take me all the way back to where I was before. Please. Show me mercy. Okay, okay. See the surface. Okay, so I'm not drowning at all. So I don't think that there's a drowning timer. I think... Oh. It appeared then. I don't understand. Oh. Jeez Louise. Oh, you guys talking about the Tail Saving Colors Ultimate? I really just wish that was an option instead of the default. My question is that will there even be checkpoints? I guess there will be checkpoints. I guess the tail save will probably just end up being an additional redundancy. Alright. Please don't let there be more pipes. sure hope so. That was the wrong pipe, Bob. Do I go this way? There's another pipe. Do I want that pipe? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna keep going deeper until something happens. Oh, he's got ledge animations. Oh, okay. I guess. So now I drown. What? I felt like I was underwater for way longer in that first area and did not drown. Was I really getting above water that often? At least I can, at least I can spin dash jump. I just can't do anything of benefit with it. Is this the right pipe? Oh, don't make me choose. I'm gonna go middle. I guess I'm going bottom. Okay. Alright, if that's the case, when I get back there, I'm gonna go top. Because that is way... No! Alright, so... It's not the bottom one, it's not the... Not that one. Oh, bubble? Is that how I've been surviving? I didn't even know there were bubbles. Okay. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna avoid that one. Alright, so I refreshed. Refreshed my air supply, which means I should be able to explore down here for a little longer. I was wrong. Okay, is there bubbles anywhere nearby? Let me down! Bubble? This at all. Okay, at least I'm back to where I want to be. So I'm going to go for the top one this time. Yes, okay. There's only one way to go from this one. And it takes me to the middle one. Okay. And the top one takes me to where I don't want to be. So this is... So there's only one path, basically. And that path takes me to where I keep running out of air. So I need a bubble. Give me a bubble. I guess I just need to keep an eye out for more bubbles. That's the only ones that I've actively seen. Oh, is this bubbles? Those are bubbles. Okay, great. I just keep seeing those and writing them off as just kind of like background details. I did not actually realize that those were air bubbles. Oh, air bubbles. Great. I almost skipped past it again. Boop. don't want that, though. No, don't send me there. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I'm assuming this is going to take me back to where I don't want to be. It do. Okay. Can I go back? I can, but I can't get anywhere because of the stupid current. Great. Excellent. Good, great, awesome. Outstanding. Amazing. And they respawn. Okay, so this is the one I want, not the... Oh, no, 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 no! Why? No! Okay. So there's little tiny platforms that I need. Okay. Oh, but which way do I go? Alright, so that's not the right way, but at least gets me back to air. Oh. That is just terrible. Thoughts on the new Tyson Hesse animation for Colors Ultimate and the Rise of the Wisps? Seems very cute and seems to have a lot of passion to put into it. I agree. I mean, more so than any other creator that's ever been attached to Sonic, if you tell me Tyson Hesse is involved, I'm instantly going to be excited. He has not been attached to anything in the series that has not been of super high quality. And so I have no fear that it's going to be good. Very excited to see that. I'm assuming it's just going to be kind of basic fluff, just kind of fluff filler, you know, like TSR was, the Team Sonic Racing animation. But there's nothing wrong with that. Let me bubble. Checkpoint, yay. Man, this is terrible. I hate this level. More bubble. Now I'm paranoid. Like, I'm almost certain I did not see a single, or I did not use a single bubble in that first stage. I don't understand why I was able to survive underwater for so long. Oh no. Please tell me there's like a... I'm dead. Do the pipes replenish my energy? Is that why? Where to now? Wait, oh, maybe that door from before? Did this game turn into a really bad Metroidvania? I think it did. I don't want to go all the way back. What if I just drop down here? Will I regret it? Probably. Oh yeah. Yeah, I regret it instantly. Okay, I need air. And I'm not gonna get air. I don't know where the nearest... Oh, wait. Oh, that was a bubble. No. Wait, no. Or was it... Okay. Yep, I'm keeping my promise, Gonzalo T. 2,000 years later. Yep, that is 100% accurate to my experience right now. Hey, bubble. Didn't even realize that I was grabbing it. What a cool pipe bug. Yeah. No, it's a literal lifesaver. Sucks minner. I'm assuming that's the door that switch opens. So I need to make my way pretty far back over in order to actually access that. Pipe gives me air. Pipe gives me switch. Pipe. Doesn't help that it all looks the same. Is this where I need to be? I'm gonna make the same mistake. I'm gonna run out of air because I don't know where the nearest air bubble is. Oh, here we go. I'm back to where I started, but that's okay because I know that that's how I find where the door opened. Is this it? No. Is it over here? Yes, maybe? Oh, this was the door that opened. Was it? Oh, at least this will save my life. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not playing this stage, really. I'm just gonna look at... It's weird contrasting how you sound right now to how you tend to sound in your older videos. You sound about as lifeless in gameplay as this gameplay. Yeah. Yeah. Part of it, too, is just the fact that when I'm reading from a script, I can put more thought process into how I'm enunciating and how I'm inflecting. With this one, this is just kind of like my... this is my conversational voice. I'm not putting a ton of thought into how I'm saying something, especially when I'm multitasking. When I'm not multitasking, I can sound a little more lifeful. But it's just kind of, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. I think you made an Uncanny Sonic fan comic and showed it to Aaron Weber. Then Aaron shared it with everyone at Sega. That's when Tyson's... Yep. I remember reading that back in the day. It was one of his, it was a spin-off of his boxer hockey webcomic back in the day, which I used to follow. And I was bummed when he stopped, but I'm pretty sure that the reason that he stopped was because he actually got brought on to Archie Sonic to start working for them. So I think that for all intents and purposes, everyone traded up because we got some great work out of him after he did that. Yeah, no, I understand what you meant, Iggy Minius. I'm sorry if I'm sounding lifeless. I don't intend to, but the gameplay definitely is not enthusing me. Okay, so that is what the Switch unlocks, but I don't care about the special stages, so I don't know. So I guess that I need to take a separate pipe if I want to actually progress. Or do I go up here? Okay, so what if I... going to switch that anyway, just because I don't know what that'll do. I'm going to try this one. Shake it up a little. Did that help me? No bubbles here, so... Oh, that was nice. That was real great. Thanks, developers. You like jazz? I can't bounce off of enemies when I jump on them either. Okay, so that took me back to here. Okay, so the way I think I want to go, there was a second pipe from this direction. So I'm going to try that one. Oh. Well, thanks, crab. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's try this again. I hate that the enemies respawn. Let's try this one. Yes? Probably not. Was I supposed to... I don't know if I was supposed to get on those. Where is this taking me? Did this take me... Okay, am I back at the beginning? Oh, there's rings, so I haven't been here before. Okay, this is new. It all looks the same, though. Checkpoint, yay! Great. Progress. Actually, progress is a very loose term here. I don't qualify what this is as progress. This is standing on a treadmill, looking at a television screen. You're not running on the treadmill. You're just standing on the treadmill, watching a TV screen of someone running. That's what this feels like. I don't qualify that as progress. This is the illusion of progress. I don't know where to go. Remember earlier when I was saying that I'm glad that it was keeping it simple, because if it tried to do anything more complex, it would probably fail? This is exactly how it could fail. This is how it's failing. This is literally like someone... Oh, jeez. I'm not even going to think about the fact that that being a dead end means that Sonic had no way of getting out. It's whatever. That literally was like a really, really bad Metroidvania level. I hated that with a burning passion. That might actually top my list of the worst levels I've ever played in Sonic before. There was no telegraphing. It was just sheer trial and error until I got a result that did not make me angry. How many more zones are there in this stupid game? Is this just kind of a get as many rings as you can before you fall into the boss type of thing? That's exactly what that was. Please be an easy boss. This is stolen any fight that I had left in me from my body. Oh no, I still drown. Alright, wait. No. I'm gonna drown. Don't, no, please. So, okay. I didn't notice that they actually indicated the time limit on there. But that's far less helpful than actually having a visible in-game timer to tell me how long that I have. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't run out of time in that last stage. I felt like I was there forever. Okay. Need to keep an eye out for bubbles. Okay, so, alright. Waste no time. That was the problem. I spent too much time over there trying to get rings before. They know how to just put Eggman's hitboxes in just the right spot to be the literal worst things in any stage that... Oh, come on. And what? Oh, bubble! Oh, bubble! Oh, bubble! Oh. Thank you. The water physics are so miserable. Okay, I see. The water physics are just decimating me. I have no moment. I have like no inertia when I enter the air. I can't maneuver Sonic at all if I don't start with enough of a head start. And if I try to predict where he's going to be, I hit the front of the ship, and that does not let me actually hurt him. Ring collision. Dude! This is your punishment for lying to us about an adventure remake. You know, I'm not going to call what I did lying. I genuinely believed it for myself, and I doubled down on it constantly, despite the fact that people were telling me that it wasn't going to happen. I thought that it made the most logical sense. I still do. But never depend on Sonic and or Sonic, you know, Sonic Team or Sega to do the rational, logical thing. They're going to throw curveballs in whether it hurts them or helps them. There's no rhyme or reason to it. But yes, this is my punishment, and I accept that. Let me... Collision is so bad. I have to be like in the exact middle of each of those chunks in order to actually trigger it to fall. It's wasting my precious air. Give me air. Give me air. It's gonna let me die again. How many lives do I have left? Okay. Just gonna get as many rings as possible because I know that if I lose them, the likelihood of me actually regaining them are very low because the collision is so bad. I was saying earlier that the music was the worst thing. It's not. I was not entirely dependent on the collision before now. Now I am desperately reliant on how good the collision is, and it's bad. Fails me when I need it most. Alright, let's try this again. Ha! Give me air. Please. Pretty please. At least the double jump lets me kind of semi-correct in the air. Not very much, but it at least cancels my initial momentum. So that way I can redirect. But it's come on, please, shoot down. Yes, thank you. Oh, That was almost really bad. And I almost half expected the game to kill me anyway. Because technically the timer hit 0. I didn't expect it to be gracious. I have learned to expect nothing from this game. Good. Imagine if this stage was in Generations. Generations would instantly have become a more painful game for me than Sonic 06. There's no redeeming this. Silver Castle. Is this the final boss? Oh, this is the final area. Why didn't it let me get the ring? Oh no. It's the pipes, but you don't get the benefit of even seeing where the pipes lead. I was ready to give this game the benefit of the doubt when I was starting up here. I did not anticipate it being this level of awful, where it was like actively, jeez, where it was actively painful to play. And for the first like 3 stages or so, it wasn't. But if it was just those first few stages and it never got any worse than that, I would have been willing to say that is not a game worth playing, but it's at least not the worst thing I've ever played. This may have actually become the worst game I've ever played. Unless I'm repressing a far worse memory, this may actually be the worst game I've ever played. Yeah, it really would suck to get a game over here, but at least I don't have water. I'm not... Okay. That wasn't a game over, at least. No, oh boy. Please don't let that... It's over. It's over. I can't. I literally have no drive to even begin to attempt that again. I could ace everything up until those freaking water levels. That second water level was so bad, I am safely saying right now, I'm never going to play this game again. This is so bad. This is by far the worst Sonic game I've ever played. It may literally be the worst game I've ever played too. I am in awe. This is like a surreal moment for me, because one of the things I've always been able to rely on is, you know, Sonic has bad games, but I've never in my life imagined that there was a contender for the worst game I've ever played in the franchise. And part of that is because I've set my standards so low over the years in so many different ways. Like, I still think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my favorite game, and I think it's one of the best 2D platformers of all time. I think Sonic 06 is a broken mess, but even then, I know that there's worse games out there. This is like, it may not be the worst game ever made. It may not be the worst commercial, you know, produced from a big producer, a big publisher game ever made, but it is in the same tier as whatever that game is. It's that bad. Just the collision is really bad. The music is awful. The first half of the game is mindless and just this gelatinous gray blob. And the end of it, it's not difficult. Like, there's nothing particularly difficult about it, except for the fact that it's just all just so clunky and obnoxious. And everything that I was prepared for, I've been... I don't even have words anymore. I'm so tired. This game is sucked the life out of me. Jeez. Iggy I'm very curious what you think the worst Sonic game ever would be, if it's not this one. I don't think I can do Sonic Labyrinth tonight, everyone. I don't think that I can handle... this crushed my soul in ways I was not prepared for. I had not girded myself for this experience to the extent that I thought that to the extent that I needed to. I was not prepared for this. It's bad. It's bad. Nux333, I hope your suffering is going well. It went great. I thought that I was... When I set myself up for this is not hyperbole. I thought that I had set, you know, a meme-worthy expectation where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play, you know, the worst Game Gear Sonic game, oh, it's just gonna be oh so bad and oh terrible and stuff. I did not actually expect to genuinely feel the emotions that I'm feeling in response to this game. It has done something to me that's irreparable. It's just really bad. Play Sonic Robo Blast. The first one, I don't know even where to begin to hunt that one down. If you're talking about Sonic Robo Blast 2, I might be tempted to do that. I think that I've actually downloaded that before. My only problem with that one is that I don't think that there's a way of playing it with a controller. And the Doom mechanics of just like rotating with the mouse and moving with the D-pad, I was not super wild about. But watching gameplay of it and so how cool some of those levels are, I might be willing to give that a shot sometime. Look up the final boss and ending, maybe. I've seen it before. Like there was not going to be a surprise as far as what the final boss was. Whether or not I could actually accomplish it, that's the question. But there's no curiosity. There's no drive for me to show you guys. You guys can look at it if you want, but this is something else. Beyond Super Mario Lost Levels, I might have played more difficult. There's plenty more difficult games out there than this. It's not that this game is difficult, like in its design. It's just it's so clunky that I wasn't able to reliably trust it to function, or at least to the extent that made sense to me. I'm sure that I can learn this game and that I can get really good at this game and complete this game no problem. I don't want to. I do not want to. I never want to play this game again. Because how close were you to throwing your controller out the window? It wasn't that bad. My pain was not rage. My pain was just pain, like just suffering and sadness. Every time that something really bad happened, like that Blue Marine stage, it just drained me. I'm tired. I'm so tired. That's what this does. It doesn't give you the benefit of rage. It gives you... It takes. It doesn't give you anything. It just takes. Sonic Robo Blast 2, yeah. No, at some point I will play Robo Blast 2. Might even stream it at some point. Because, again, like, it's a quality game. It's just the mechanics of it, I wasn't... When I played the very small amount of it, didn't immediately grab me. But there's no denying that the amount of effort that's gone into that game over... How long has it even been? It's been easily over 10 years, right? Just the amount of effort alone makes it worth it for me to look into it at some point. Have you heard of Sonic Storm, Lob? Yes, I have. I actually follow that creator. Sonic Storm looks excellent. I'm a big fan of kind of like PlayStation era visuals, and that one really does look like what if, you know, Sonic was on the PlayStation. It's got a crunchier look even really than a Saturn game probably would. I'm a really big fan of it. I liked it a lot. I want to try it out sometime. I don't know if they've released a demo or not. If there is, I definitely want to check it out, but I have not yet. If there is a stream playing Sonic Riders, I could do that. I love Sonic Riders. I think that first one is great. I still haven't played Zero Gravity, but that first one I really do enjoy. I think Forces is an example of a game that rages me at times due to how many cheap deaths it has. I never got angry at Forces, just because the lack of, lives and stuff like that meant that you were never set back a lot. Forces just a disappointment. I'm just very disappointed in Forces. It doesn't get anger out of me. Like, the gameplay itself doesn't anger me. Forces as a game angers me. Just the fact that it was so bad that it is what it is, How come none of these Game Gear games, Sonic games, took cues from Aquatic Ruin or Hydrocity in making good water levels? That's a great question. I think it's a perfect storm of lack of mechanics, and also wanting to pad out the game so that way kids weren't angry that they beat their new game in 30 minutes. In fact, I'm almost certain that must be what it is, where like they let you get suckered into the game and then they just put a huge immense roadblock in front of you with those stupid pipes to pad out the gameplay so that way you want to beat it and you don't want to return the game the same day. I feel like maybe like there was a psychological component to why they developed this game the way they did. When you burn yourself, was playing Blast that feeling? Kind of, except for it was more like when you burn yourself, it's like a quick jolt of a lot of pain. This one was like, have you ever hit your thumb accidentally with a hammer and like you look at it and you realize you've done it but the pain hasn't set in yet, and then just you feel the dread increase as the pain slowly comes in? That's what this game is. It's accidentally hitting your thumb with a hammer and then just waiting as the pain increases slowly. Oh. Hey, me too. My most hyped fan game right now. I love the Jet Set Radio Future mechanics being included. Nice. Yeah, no, it looks like a really good game. Very distinctive. There's a lot of very samey feeling fan games out there, and clearly Storm is going for a very distinctive approach and setting itself apart. I love it. Got a working backwards compatible Wii. Should I buy a Riders with a couple of GameCube controllers? I don't know how much Riders is going for right now, so I don't know if it's necessarily worth the price if it's going for really, really high. But it's a really, really fun game. It's kind of cool, actually, how it, like, on its own, the gameplay is actually really good. The racing is really good. And the story and, like, the way that they have different types of racers representing speed, power, and flight, it almost feels like a spiritual successor to Heroes in a way. Like, honestly, like, Riders is the closest thing to a Sonic Heroes 2 I think we're ever gonna get. It feels really good. And then it's also got, the two different stories with the finale of, like, Sonic Adventure 2. It's funny how they've incorporated the structure of some of the primary platforming games into this racing game. It's just a lot of fun. Imperial Tower in Forces almost made me rage quit. The platforming controls are so bad. I do remember Imperial Tower being super obnoxious, specifically those platforms that like lock you in place as they zip across the screen. I think, is that the one that... No, Imperial Tower the Avatar level where the giant beam is following you? I don't remember the names of them very well. Either one of those could. I actually really didn't like the final boss either, which is a bummer because I wanted to, because that music, the way that the music goes from kind of like 8-bitty with classic Sonic to a little bit more epic with the Avatar and stuff, just the slow build-up of that music was so good, and the imagery of, the Death Egg robot falling and the heart ripping its way out. That was a genuinely cool moment. I loved that. I wish that more Forces had moments like that. The only other one that I can think of is Null Space when its version of Fist Bump starts playing. That gets me pumped up. The thing is, like, the gameplay of the game does not get me pumped up. It's pretty much just like the music. That's pretty much it. And then I think maybe like Aqua Road in episode Shadow I ended up liking, just because the water slide portions actually kind of made me feel like an adventure game almost for a minute. It felt like a very adventure game style kind of gimmicky mechanic. But then you actually start playing the level, and then it immediately gets disappointing like everything else. Yeah, nope, I'm right there with you, Gonzalo T. I love riders. Jake Helos. Like stubbing your toe. Yep, that's what it is. Knuckles Glide could probably breeze through some of these levels. I don't know, because most of the levels prior to the Blue Marine stage are already a breeze. And I don't think that his glide would actually help in those stages specifically, because they're so sectioned off and you still have to use the pipes. I don't think Knuckles would actually help anything. It's just a different flavor of the same disgusting whatever this was. Let's see. I genuinely enjoy the Sonic vs. Infinite in the Forest cutscene. Yeah, no, I do too. That's actually a really good cutscene. It's one of the better written ones, and the choreography in the cutscene is also really good, and I'm also a fan of Silver. So, seeing him with something to do also, made me happy. I just wish that the rest of the story was kind of up to that par. And I'm not saying that it set a really high bar or anything. It set an adequate bar that the rest of the game just did not reach up to. Overall, how much potential do you feel Rangers has? I feel like if well done, it could be awesome. I think so too. It's just the track record that we have with the main Sonic team. And again, I really hesitate to call them Sonic Team at this point, because I think it's kind of dubious about whether or not Sonic Team, as an entity actually exists, or if this is just a marketing tactic to call it Sonic Team. Because I thought that we heard that pretty much all of that development team has been kind of like folded into one big piece, and then they just pull out developers as they need them from that greater pool. I don't know if there's been any confirmation of that. That's just how I understood it, but I could be 100% wrong on that. But I think there is potential in it. Again, I don't think that open world is the way that I would prefer Sonic to go, but that's not necessarily saying that it's instantly going to be bad if they do it that way. It's just going to take a lot of attention to detail and effort to make that work. So yeah, there's absolutely potential there. Do you think Sonic 2 will be a good movie? I hope so. It's kind of funny. I saw Sonic 2 with a good buddy of mine and my wife. And of the three of us, I'm the one that disliked the first movie the most. But only because, I knew that it could have been so much better. Especially seeing little hints of what could be in that opening portion before Sonic comes to Earth. I think that I would have loved it if they didn't feel like they needed to rely on the tired old, what if this character was in the real world? The Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Smurfs. It's the same template. I feel like they really shoehorn themselves from the word go by relying on that structure. And so it was never going to be more than just okay. The fact that they got Tyson Hess to fix the design was great. And the movie itself was entertaining. I think that it was just adequate. I don't think it was great. I would say it's borderline good. That said, the moment that I walked out of that, I was extremely excited for a sequel. Because I feel like now that they've established this as this movie can be successful, that maybe they'll be willing to take a few more risks and do some cool stuff with it. And the fact that they're introducing Knuckles and Tails simultaneously makes me think that maybe they're more willing to pull in some more game influence. I'm still hoping that they introduce Metal Sonic as well. I think that they could do some really cool stuff if they really lean on the game elements a little bit more. And the fact that they're bringing in Gun, the organization, I feel like one of the biggest missed opportunities for me in the first movie is the fact that Eggman is chasing Sonic through San Francisco, and we did not have a City Escape like reference at all. I want a freaking City Escape reference in Sonic 2. I think that maybe they'll even do it. I think that would be super dope, especially if they get Crush 40 involved. Like, you know, they had little references to it on Eggman's monitors in the first one. They should just outright bring them in to do a new rendition of Escape from the City. In my personal opinion, I think that would be great. From the way Takashi Iizuka has been telling the public in interviews, Sonic 2022 could change the series forever, for good or bad. It's all talk. I don't take anything said in like a promotional interview environment seriously. They need to put up or shut up. Talk is cheap. Give us gameplay, because that's what's actually going to change my mind on anything. I don't trust interviews for promotional sake. So I'm acting like those don't exist because I don't think that there's anything of substance there to glean anything from, especially because we already know what the game is going to be like, more or less, just in terms of structure because of the leaks. And they know that we know, but they have to put on like this facade of that this is all still a mystery. And so they're not going to say anything that's really going to be of substance until gameplay is actually out there. And that's when interviews might mean something. But even then, they're still going to mean less than when we actually see it in person or we see footage of it. The writer said they had to play it safe when making the first movie because they had limitations. Yep, and that's the thing. Like, they were limited from the word go, which instantly made the movie less than it could have been. But that's also why I'm excited for the sequel, because I think that a lot of those limitations are going to go away. And so I'm really hoping that that's the case, because, yeah, I would put it roughly on the same level as Detective Pikachu, which also I didn't find to be great. It was just fine, with some really, really good moments with Ryan Reynolds. But there was nothing in that movie that particularly stuck with me either, besides how creepy the freaking Ditto lady was. That actually kind of freaked me out a little bit when their sunglasses came off and you saw the Ditto eyes. That creeped me out a lot. Amy and a possible Paramount Sonic 3? I don't know. I think that this one is going to make or break whether or not we even get a Sonic 3 movie. If they keep the momentum going, maybe we will. Will we see Amy? That's a good question. I don't... Knuckles is already surprising to me that they're introducing him in a whole in this movie and not just doing like a post-credit stinger for him. And so you never know. But something tells me Amy seems a little out there just yet. But you never know. Maybe it's not as out there as I'm imagining. Truly the worst sin of Sonic Blast was recycling Green Hill Zone. No, I mean, like, it's hard even to call this version of Green Hill Green Hill. It doesn't have the checker patterns. It's probably the worst Green Hill, but it is not this game's most egregious sin, not even by a long shot. Blue Marine is by far the worst part of this game. I can't believe the fact Jim Carrey sounds like Nick Pollock. I don't actually know who that is. Question is, would Sonic Movie 3 be better than Sonic Movie 2? A lot of movie franchises slump after the second one. Yeah, that's my concern too. But, you know, if Sonic 2 is good, then I'm willing to give a third one a benefit of doubt, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Sonic 2 needs to focus on being good. And I think it will be. I'm optimistic about it. We'll have to see. Alright, everybody, I think I'm actually going to call it a night. I am slowly but surely recovering from the experience that this game gave me. Uh, but I need to rest. I'm done. So thank you everybody for sticking with me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that no, I'm not sorry. I'm sure that you guys were entertained by the fact that I was in a significant amount of pain going through this. But I guess next time I'm gonna still have to do Sonic Labyrinth at some point. But fortunately, I feel like I've front-loaded the terribleness with this game. Sonic Labyrinth will not be this bad. I'm almost certain of it. Just from the little that I've played of Sonic Labyrinth, I think that it's going to be a far more enjoyable experience than this one. Again, this one, worst Sonic game I've ever played, by far. Maybe the worst game I've ever played, too. It's the worst one that I can think of, anyway. So, take that to the bank, I guess. Please stream more if you can. I hope so. It's my free time is limited, and again, I really want to put more effort or more time into working on my fan game, because that's an incredibly slow process, and you know, any moment that I get, I want to put towards it just to chip away at that a little bit more. I really want to have a demo out by this year. I don't know if that's going to be possible at this point, but I'm sure going to try. Definitely want to show off more of it though, and so that's kind of the priority for my free time that I'm not using to spend time with my kid and work and all that fun stuff. Oh goodness, yeah. I mean, this was an event. So, all right, everybody. What was your previous candidate for the worst game you ever played? It's hard to even say. I played a really bad Game Boy Color game. It was a racing game for Kubik's Robots for Everyone. That's the one that comes to my mind. We actually returned it to the store and got a replacement because we thought the one that we got was broken, but no, it was bad, or at least we thought it was bad at the time. I mean, that's probably the other candidate, but I'm sure there are others, but this one is just so prominent in my mind at this second that I can't even think of one that's on the same level at this point, because by the time that you get to be old enough that you can buy your own games, you're kind of choosy about the kinds of games that you get, so it's hard for me to say. Yep, nope, it's not abandoned. Project Misty Flip is going. It's just going very slowly because most of the work that's been done so far is me learning the tools, learning coding, learning Blender, learning Unity, and learning how to put stuff together more than it is working on the game itself. But I'm, slowly but surely working on the game itself. And so I really want to have a one-stage demo at some point this year. And if it's not this year, it's definitely going to be next year. It's at the point now where I can pretty certainly say that. So stay tuned, I guess. I talk about it on my Twitter more often than not. And when there's a substantial amount of stuff to show off, then I'll make a video, trailer, or whatever about it on the channel too, so that way I can show off what I've got in one distinct place. So, Duakaze, you seem like a passionate person with Sonic. Yeah, I am. Or at least, I think of Project Misty Flip as more of an opportunity to learn actual game development skill sets, so that way I can apply it to an original title. I kind of think of Project Misty Flip as being my last big contribution to the Sonic community. Like, I'll still be a Sonic fan, I'll still be around, but I feel like once you've made a fan game, there's not really much else that you can put out there that would top that. And so at that point, I feel like my journey as far as being kind of an active member of the online fan base might slowly go away. Just because I don't know how I would top that. And so from there, I'll hopefully be able to work on some original titles that don't have to do with Sonic after that. So here's hoping. That's the plan anyway. Yep. Learning web developing, coding is truly an adventure. It is, and it's not my love language. It's not something that comes naturally to me, so it's tough. There's a lot of brick walls that I knock my head against until I figure it out, or am fortunate enough that my question gets answered on a Discord server on a forum, and I can apply that, and it helps me understand more. But yeah, all right. I think that's where I'm gonna call it good. So thank you all again so much for hanging out, watching me suffer, and Sonic Labyrinth at some point. I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully fairly soon. So just keep an eye on my Twitter, and I'll let you know when that's gonna happen. So for now, that is all I've got. So everybody, have a good one.